Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're stepping a bit beyond the purely medical aspects of hospice care.
Right. We're going to explore how it supports emotional well-being, maybe even spiritual needs.
Exactly. And we're looking at the story of Evelyn. She was a 73-year-old retired teacher.
And she described herself as spiritual but not religious, which, that can be a bit tricky for families sometimes.
It can. So, our goal really is to understand how hospice addresses these, well, deeper needs, using Evelyn's experience to guide us.
And what's really fascinating is how the hospice team started things off.
Yeah.
Well, the nurse, Maria, her first question wasn't about medication or symptoms. She asked Evelyn simply, "What brings you comfort?"
Oh, wow. That's quite different, isn't it?
It really is. It immediately acknowledges there's more to well-being than just managing pain. It opened to the whole picture.
It sees the whole person.
Yeah.
And that leads us to the spiritual care side, which, like you said about Evelyn, isn't always about formal religion.
Precisely. The hospice chaplain, David, his role was key here. Well, he didn't come in with, prayers or specific doctrines. His main focus was listening.
Listening to her fears.
Yes, fears about being forgotten, dying alone, the kind of big unknowns. He emphasized just being present more than trying to give answers.
That sounds profound, actually. Just presence.
It built trust, and it allowed Evelyn to explore those feelings without judgment. It was about supporting her, not directing her.
And that support manifested in a really beautiful way, didn't it? This evening ritual they created.
Ah, yes, the candle and the reading,
Yeah, Evelyn's daughter would light a candle, and David read from Khalil Gibran's The Prophet.
which apparently was a favorite of Evelyn's.
Right, and it became this sacred time, as the family called it, even for her grandson, who was a bit skeptical at
It
first.
gave them a shared focal point, a sense of quiet strength.
It really shows how hospice can adapt. It wasn't a prepackaged spiritual plan. It grew out of Evelyn's own life, her own sources of comfort.
Exactly. Her candles, her book. It respects the individual's way of finding meaning, whether that's religious or, like Evelyn, spiritual in a different sense.
And the effect on her final days seems really clear from the description. Her room wasn't just quiet, it was calm.
Calm. And while her pain was managed medically, the feeling was that her spirit felt held.
That's such a powerful phrase. Her spirit felt held.
It is. And the family, too, they felt guided. Not adrift or lost in the process. Hospice was supporting them all.
It makes sense, though I wonder, this focus on presence, is that always enough? What if someone does want more specific spiritual answers or guidance?
That's a fair question. And hospice chaplains are trained for that, too. If someone wants to explore specific beliefs, pray, or discuss religious texts, they absolutely facilitate that. It's about meeting the person where they are. Presence is the foundation, but the support builds from there based on individual needs.
Okay, that makes sense. It's flexible.
Highly individualized, yeah.
And that quote from Evelyn's daughter at the end, it just resonates, doesn't it?
It really does.
She didn't die afraid, she died in peace. That was the gift hospice gave us.
Such a powerful testament to that holistic approach. It goes so far beyond just the clinical.
So the big takeaway here is that hospice care is much broader than maybe we initially think. It's that emotional, spiritual comfort alongside the medical.
Fostering peace, fostering dignity for everyone involved.
It really makes you pause and think, what actually brings us comfort and how
Yeah.
vital it is to address those deeper needs, especially in vulnerable times.
Absolutely. And perhaps it leaves us thinking about the simple yet profound power of human connection, of just being present for one another when things get tough.